Your muscles do not go. Last week, we lifted 200 pounds for 8.5 reps. If you manage to do 9 reps this week, we will grow. Doesn't work like that. Body doesn't know. So a question I get asked a lot is, how many reps should I do? One of my clients, he's this huge guy, huge, like 300 pounder, mass monster. He used to do a lot of powerlifting. He messages me yesterday and says, because we're aiming for bodybuilding now. He said, I've been doing 70% of my 1 rep max for sets of 15. I'm like, that's good. But this is the advice I give. You're trying to make muscles grow. You go into the gym, you've picked what muscles you're going to work. You want to stay injury free. Your goal is simply to make the muscle grow, right? What you do is this. You pick your exercise, right? And you warm up. Number of warm-ups. I would do quite a few warm-ups. Sometimes you can do it like I did hack squats with some training clients, and we went 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate, 4 plate, 20 reps each. So yeah, by the time you get to the 4 plates for 20, as you've done the 2 and 3 for 20, it's a little pre-fatigued for sure. But what I like to focus on is muscular failure, not the number. So I will say, aim for 20 reps. And if you hit 20 reps, unless it's something for legs, it just means it's too light. Gotta go heavier next time. If you don't get at least 12 reps, it's probably a little too heavy, especially if you're doing a few sets. So pick a weight where between 12 and 20 reps, you reach a point where you're not able to get another rep. Then you can have a training partner help you with a couple of reps. I don't like super grindy forced reps, but yeah, keep your training partner moving, get another couple of reps. As soon as you rack the weight, you'll be like, oh my God, you'll feel it so strongly when you do a couple of forced reps correctly. You just feel those fibers getting dug into. Just don't have these numbers in your head, like 15 is for bodybuilding, 5 is for power, 30 is for endurance. No. As long as it's taken to muscular failure, and that means failure, like you're trying to get it up, it's not going anymore, it will make your body grow just fine. I know tons and tons of bodybuilders who do really high rep training. If you saw them training, if you saw their training on paper, you'd probably be like, I don't know if this will do anything. I'm talking about like sets of 20 to 30 seconds between sets, not heavy weight at all, like weird training. But the point is, if you're pushing the muscles to failure, if you're reaching that threshold of where the fibers literally can't contract anymore and you're getting pulled back down, that's the growth signal, guys. That's all you need. The problem is, it's hard to push a set of 20 to failure, because if you're saying, well, I did 20 to failure, are you sure? Could you have really done 21 or 22? Probably. Picking the exact weight to fail at 20 reps, that's hard. I couldn't do it right now, not to within 1 or 2 reps. I probably could have a guess of something I could do for 20, but then to true failure, maybe it would be 22, 23, maybe it'd only be 19, I don't know. But that's something to keep into mind. So it's the number of reps is not so important, it's pushing it. Now if you're going super heavy, right, under 8 reps, they know you don't have to go to failure. And depending which muscle it is, it's better not to go to failure. Like don't ever fail on a squat or a deadlift. You can fail on a hack squat, meaning training partner gives you a little bit of assistance to get rep up, but you don't want to literally be taken down by these weights. You don't want to be pinned under the bar. That's not good. Like if it's a machine or something where you can do it safely, then sure, I do it all the time. I just keep doing reps until I can only move it a few inches, and that's it, done. But we don't fail on barbell rows or deadlifts, not failure as in our form breaks down. For me, I'll do reps, and when I'm like, the next rep I do, the form might be a little sketchy, that's failure for me. I stop there. And because you're using a heavy weight, doing 6 to 8 reps or so, you don't have to hit true failure to have caused muscle damage that makes you grow. So I can't stress this enough, guys. Do not get stuck on the numbers. 15, 16, 17, it's just a ballpark. A lot of great bodybuilders, Stan Everton is one, you know, for legs about 20, and for upper body maybe 12 to 15. It can vary a little bit, but if you are pushing those sets to actual failure, man, you can do a workout, even let's say on hack squats, like I just used the example. We had done all the hamstrings, we had done the extensions. Did 1 plate for 20, of course, no problem. 2 plates, and I could say, you know, it's time to get pumped up now. 3 plates for 20, okay, quads are pretty pumped up, we've done all this work. And then 4 plates for 20, I mean, I barely got it. Training partner, one of my clients, he got it like to 18 with a 4 strip or 2. And another training partner, he hit failure at 10 reps, and we had to give him drops because the cumulative loading from the 1, 2, 3 plates at 20 reps just really took a toll. But remember, we're doing bodybuilding. Your muscles are not, and I repeat, your muscles are not like the following. Your muscles do not go, last week we lifted 200 pounds for 8.5 reps. If you manage to do 9 reps this week, we will grow. Doesn't work like that. Body doesn't know. You can make a heavier weight easier by using more muscles, assistance muscles. There's just many ways that you just cannot quantify that. What you need to think is every single contraction, are you feeling the muscle? Every rep, I'm squeezing hard. I will do a thing with the warm-ups where I make sure I'm at failure at 10 reps. And I can make sure I fail after 10 reps with basically any weight. Because just take your arm, for instance, right? Take your arm and then squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep squeezing your arm as hard as you can. Just squeeze, 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 squeeze. You start to shake a little bit. You start to see the shaking. And then when you relax, and it's only been about 10, 15 seconds, well, my arm's a little bit sore now. Just because you're squeezing really hard. Take the same approach when you're training. Squeeze every rep. Make it count. I'm not saying do it all the time to the degree that you're using no weights at all, but I'm saying make your warm-up sets worthwhile. Those are still sets. I'm not saying you need to take them to failure, but really squeeze and activate. Make every single repetition you do beneficial for muscle growth. If you start doing that, guys, and you stop thinking about, oh, I've got my one top set and then I've got my back off set. That's all that matters. How I warm up, if I warm up in singles or 10, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that I beat these couple of sets. It's not a global way of thinking, guys. A lot more goes into muscle growth than that. A lot more. So start thinking in a more holistic way about your entire workout. Beginning, middle, end, warming tissue up, working really hard, cool down, or stretching. Think about it like that. Don't just think training chest. What do I do? Flat bench, some flies. No, I'm training chest. What do I do? Okay, I do an activation drill. Make sure my scapula is contracted. Everything is doing what I needed to do in order to perform these exercises. That might take you no time. It might take you a few minutes as you do a shoulder warm-up. It might take you 30 freaking minutes. Like for me to do a really good squat session, it's going to take me 30 minutes to warm everything up. And when I say everything, I basically just mean my right hip. Until I get it that everything feels super smooth, it can take that long. Then you do the actual workout, you do the hard work, you do the damage, and then after the damage, you're like, well, how can I now aid this? You could do stretching for some further damage. You could do some higher pump work. That's still also good, getting blood into the area. That's a lot of things you could do. Stretching is a big one. And then you have to think about what you're going to do in the hours after it. There's just so much that goes into training, guys, besides how many reps did I did with this weight. And until you guys realize this, I mean, I don't have a huge following. You know, you guys that follow me, you know you. I don't have the biggest following. But if you even listen to somebody like Mike Van Vick, he's very much on my board with what he says. People are focusing on the wrong thing. You're not powerlifters, guys. You're not weightlifters. You're bodybuilders. So stop using this all or nothing. Oh, we need weight. Ronnie Coleman was so big because, yes, Ronnie Coleman was super huge. If you ever watched him actually train, he was doing sets of 15. He was squeezing. He was focusing on the muscle. Literally, he would say he would pyramid up in weight to try and get the biggest, craziest pump. And on some exercises, even a very low rep set of like 6 to 8 reps or something would give him further pump. That's how he was gauging it. Every set, it was like he was pumping up a tire. And when he didn't get any further pump in it, that meant he was done with that exercise. It's not the 200-pound dumbbell presses that create the super thick chest. No, 200-pound dumbbells will certainly create a lot of muscle trauma, which hopefully will allow you to recover and heal and then grow back stronger and bigger. But it's not the only way to do it. And if that's the only way you approach it, you're going to get injured. And guys, I'm 36. I've had a load of injuries. You guys know that. So I don't want to be freaking ruined when I'm 40. I want to look freaking awesome, feel awesome. So I've just been adjusting. You learn as you go along. And at a certain point, if you have already done, let's say for me, if you've pulled 500 pounds to 20 reps or whatever, what should really pulling it for 21 reps do? Think about the cumulative fatigue that a set like that, deadlifting 500 pounds to 21 reps will do. It's not just localized to the muscles you're trying to grow. So that kind of training is great, but at a certain point, adding more weight is not what you want to do. And also consider that bigger muscle is not always what you want to do. Sometimes what you should be doing is, let's say for your legs, work side lunges, reverse lunges, all these different hip actions, because you go, oh, it's a hip muscle, I don't care about that, I just want big quads. Man, when you're shredded up, a fully developed leg will have all those muscles fully developed. So okay, maybe your quads didn't get bigger, but the overall look got so much better because you hit some little stabilizing muscles, and now it's giving a much better shape to your entire leg. Trust me, get really lean, and then you will see what I mean. Those little muscles that people don't think count for anything, under the lights, that little difference, a little, you know, a little protrusion, a little striation maybe in a certain area, it stands out. So definitely keep that in mind, guys.